Welcome to episode 2. I'm really starting to take an interest in the bigger picture of how huge and amazing this operation really is. I should probably clarify in this episode a couple of important factors you should know if you're on your own journey and now tracking mine, especially if you're trying to compare. What we have in common is the desire to improve our quality of life using a cochlear implant. We still know very little about the brands and their models, and in future episodes I can assure you I will be doing comparisons and bringing to light terms and specifications that are all new lingo to you and still to me. Last week I visited the hospital audiology department and Cochlear Implant program for my next evaluations. I learnt that I may very well be a great candidate for hybrid implants. I'll explain that in another episode after I've done some more research. But it does sound exciting, refreshing, amazing technology, and that's right down my alley. What we may not have in common, but it won't hinder you watching this series, is that I'm in Australia and going through our public healthcare system. You may be a private patient or simply in another country where the process is a little different. That doesn't change the fact that you and I both have a hearing disability and that we are heading towards the same surgery, needing to choose from similar, if not the very same devices that we have to live with for the rest of our lives. The main purpose of my last visit to the Cochlear program was to see a psychologist. I actually love the fact that our system takes an in-depth and concerned look at our mental health, weighing up the best and worst case scenarios, checking in that I have friends, family, and professionals around me supporting me through this journey. Bringing home the reality that what I am about to go through is not just a physical operation, it's so much more, and I need to be aware and prepared physically, mentally, and with knowledge for me to even qualify for our government supported system, so that I can walk through this as a successful recipient. One huge epiphany that I had was hearing the statement that much of the thought process we go through can, and in my case, was labelled as depression. Yet it can often be put into the category of grief due to loss. Most of us can relate to the grief of losing a loved one, and we love our senses and probably take them for granted until they're gone. Losing your hearing disrupts our relationships, we can lose our professions, and so we experience loss, and that causes us to grieve. Once we accept and understand that, we can move on to focusing on the positive, and the positive is that our quality of life is about to increase. What was lost could very well be found, or in our case, a majority of it restored. I find out in a few weeks what's next for me. So until then, please subscribe and take care.